Hey, how are all my fellow comrades? This is Rick here, your high level man. I am in the company of this young guy who we've known for some time now. And as you can see, he really kind of needed my services. This is Jared. And this is not Jared's first time. As a matter of fact, on the channel, you'll see some before and after pictures. But I just wanted to sit down with him and just ask him some questions about what his experience has been like, and maybe some encouraging words. So tell me, Jared, in a few sentences, what has this done for you?
Well, a lot actually. So surprisingly, once it's done, nobody even knows that it's there. I was just talking to Rick about it earlier. Um, my own family doesn't even know I have a hair system on, and I get a lot of compliments because I have kind of a the system I have. I go out in the sun a lot, so it kind of beach. I don't know, like kind of like
The word is fades a bit.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But he
It turns
likes
like a
that.
gold color, and
Yeah.
it has a nice little contrast point to it, and looks amazing. And I get compliments all the time.
Yeah, so Jared likes that contrast. So the system is actually lighter, and today I'm going to put one on him, and we're going to have a pretty disconnected haircut to kind of emphasize that more. We're going to cut his bio hair pretty short, which he's let grow out. And so it's going to be a super, super cool look. So tell me about your experience as far as installing it, wearing it. How much trouble has it been to you? Is it worth the time, and how much time it takes you? What's your experience there?
So whenever I first started doing it, it was a little bit awkward because there's like a couple learning curves and
Yeah.
stuff involved. But other than that, it was pretty easy. Once you're wearing it for maybe 3 or 4 days, you start becoming more like normal. It's you don't really recognize it's even there anymore. And I do go to the gym, and I've done Brazilian Jiu Jitsu while wearing it. Um, and I mean, it stayed on with what we use with the glue stuff that we use.
Uh-huh.
Haven't had any issues taking it off. It's been pretty easy. Kind of wants to come off on its own. I've noticed, and then you just reapply, do everything you need to do, and you're back on the road.
Yeah, after it's been on a while, everybody knows I go, the maximum for me is 7 days. And if
Yep.
I've gotten 7 days, I've done really well. As a matter of fact, most of the time I'll do 5 because I don't mind doing it. Doesn't really take me that long. So how long does it take you from the time you get it off your head to you get it back on your head?
So I'll take it off at night and just kind of like let it breathe and stuff
Mm-hmm.
overnight, and then no, I pretty much just reapply the glue, clean it all up and everything, and then reapply, put it back on the next day.
You say when you get up the next morning to put it on, you think it takes you 15 minutes to do it?
Um,
Less or more?
yeah, no, 15
About
minutes.
15.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm pretty speedy with it as well. And that's one thing a lot of you guys have asked about is how much trouble, how much time does it take? And I have a video where it shows me taking it off and back on, and it's a timer going, and it's less than 10 minutes that it makes it happen. Now, he was pretty good at it because pretty quick from the start, he was fast at it. Other guys have had all kinds of trouble. And to me, I want to say just take a breath and relax. Okay, so we are going to install a system on Mr. Jared here. Uh, this is your third system, isn't it?
Yep.
Third system. So we have already cut it to fit the template, and we are good there. He likes the contrast of the color, so he intentionally orders a system that's a little lighter than his natural hair color. We're going to cut this up, not to a skin fade, but pretty short, do a real disconnected cut on it, and we'll let you be the judge after this is all said and done on how well we did. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put glue on this bad boy. And what I'm going to do on Jared today is I'm going to use a combination of tape and glue. I'm going to take the back perimeter, and then I'm going to glue the rest.
Are there any advantages to doing tape over glue or vice versa?
The main advantage for me is the glue is easier to get off.
Mm.
I mean, the tape is
Tape is
easier to
easier.
get off. Yeah. And plus it's so the reason I'm doing it this way is because I have had so many guys who, like I said, have stumbled with the install with all of that Walker's Hard Bond glue, Ultra Hold glue. And so I did this myself to see if it might be something that would help.
Mm-hmm.
And so I made the suggestion, and every one of them said it made it so much easier for me.
Hmm.
It's pretty sticky, as you can tell. Yeah. Now I'm going to peel. I'm going to peel these sides back because I'm going to overlap the next piece onto it just a bit because I don't want any gaps in between there. Because if you do and you get in the shower, guess what? If it can, water can find a place to run underneath there, it's going to. So an hour later, you'll be walking along and water will run out from under the thing down on your face. So I'm peeling that up just about like so. And I'm going to take these straight pieces Walker's signature right here, these straight pieces, and come up to the sides just as far as to where the hair recedes, where it is right there. And then I'm going to stop. And then from there all the way around the front, I'm using glue because you can see this. If you put it on the front, some guys do it. It just doesn't make me happy. I want that front hairline to completely disappear. And with tape in the front, I just can't seem to make it do that. So at every end of this tape, I'm going to fold a little piece of it back, and you'll see why in a second, because when I start sticking on this on his head, I can grab those little tabs and peel it off without trying to pick at it. You know, it holds just as well. I haven't noticed any difference really in the hold. There we go. All right, now I'm going to stick this on his head, and to start, I'm going to remove these two back strips right there. Okay, so Jared, what you can do with this, you see, you can put it on your head up here, and looking in the mirror, you can just slide it back until it is exactly in the right spot. Okay,
Yeah,
so it's positioned, right?
I can definitely see that being more convenient.
Okay, so I'm going to peel those next two sections off. You see what I'm doing there?
Okay, yeah.
Then I'm grabbing this where it's still on, and let me get in front of you so I can see. There you go. Then we're just simply going to do it again. Here you go, buddy. Lean your head back for me. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so now what do we do? I'm going for the ever faithful Walker's Ultra Hold. Ever faithful little cheapy silver brush that I throw away. Now, when I do it on myself, I will use like a clip like this and do something like that where it holds it like that because you don't want it flopping back down.
Right.
But since I'm doing this on you, I can kind of see up ahead of me. Well, the report so far has been positive that guys have said, that helps because I'm not getting my fingers in so much of that glue. And
can definitely see it being more convenient working from the back, like with the tape on there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, while you're slowly putting it on, you have more time to like adjust things.
Yeah, yeah, true. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this Walker's right on the brush to make sure that I am all the way out to the edge of this system. So a question I get asked all the time, how long to let it dry? And so the rule of thumb is when you can, like if I touch it right now, it's going to be stringy and really stick to my finger. When it's dry enough, you still want it to be very, very tacky, but you don't want it to stretch 6 inches up. If it's doing that, let it dry some more, because the problem you will run into if it isn't dry enough is when you press that down, it'll want to ooze out of the front a bit, and that makes a mess. Then it gets in the hair and all of that. So let it dry probably longer than you think is generally, and that was a hard one for me. It took Tara at Super Hair Pieces to say, nope, longer, nope, longer. And I'm the whole time I'm going, it's going to set up. It's going to be too dry. It's not going to stick. And of course, she was right. So it was a game changer, because all of a sudden I started making less messes whenever I was doing this. You can use a dryer to speed the situation up a bit.
That's what I've been doing whenever I'm at the houses. I do the same thing, just use a hair dryer and kind of go over it. And
Yep. I think that was pretty quick, actually. Okay, man, way back. Yes, sir. Now the fun part, cutting this bad boy in. Can you tell the difference in that tape at all?
actually, no, not
I
really.
wouldn't think so. I mean, I'm hard to impress, and I'm impressed with this.
You got the Justin Bieber hair right now, like the emo style.
Oh, there you go. You rock that with what little hair you have.
Right.
He's going to be very retro 40s, which you know you're talking my game if you start talking that. He had questions about covering more of his temples, and you can, but it's if you're wanting to say, I want the most natural look, you want it to have a little bit of that curve that you see in there. That's just about perfect. Mm-hmm. Kick the camera. All right. Roll it.